Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you all. Dear friends and colleagues, I am Temitope Obalade, a postgraduate researcher at the Organist, Mountaintop University. And I am excited to welcome you to the Organist Concert and Seminar Series. The Organist Concert and Seminar Series is an interdisciplinary research initiative that provides creative and intellectual spaces for scholars, composers, performers, music educators, and professionals. Through rigorous engagements, the series champions an academic, artistic, and creative research agenda that is rooted in local realities while maintaining global relevance. The Organist research agenda is premised on promoting innovative and critical approaches to research in music, composition, performance, and the exploration or documentation of Nigeria and Africa's musical and cultural heritages. So today we welcome you to this safe space, as we call it. Thank you for joining us. We have a few announcements before we begin the discussion today. Firstly, we invite all scholars and students both across Africa and the global space to explore our digital scholarly resources. Our YouTube page serves as our open access digital archive, featuring a curated collection of our works. We encourage you to follow, subscribe, and engage with the content there, as it is specifically designed to be a beneficial resource for your research and study. Secondly, we are pleased to formally announce the call for papers for the second Organist International Symposium, scheduled for July 2026. Theme: Representing African Music in a Changing Global Order, reflecting on African music and studies in African music today. Submit a 200 to 250 word abstract and a short bio of 100 words to organalseminarseries@gmail.com. We strongly encourage you to submit your well-researched papers aligned with the topic areas detailed on the symposium flyer, which is on our screen right now. This promises to be a significant event in the scholarly calendar, and we look forward to receiving your contributions. Venue is the Mountaintop University, Prayer City, Nigeria, and on Zoom because we have an hybrid mode of presentation. Date is from 13th to 17th July 2026. But the deadline for submission of abstract is 10th of February 2026, and acceptances will be sent out on the 15th of March 2026. Participation is absolutely free, so you're welcome. Now, moving on. Today's session is unique as we have representatives from the Nigerian Guild of Composers, choral directors, and music teachers with us today. Members of NGCCD will provide insight into the organization's agenda and its aims and objectives in sustaining music education in Nigeria. Formal music education across Nigeria's public primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions has become a concern in recent times. While Nigeria's popular music and global industry have been successful and garnered global visibility, formal music education remains elusive and has steadily become docile in Nigeria. Over the last 30 years, music education has steadily declined in public institutions. This is necessitated by several factors, including economic, political, ethnic, and class differentiation, funding, and policy issues, which are fundamental to Nigeria as a nation state. In an attempt to mediate this decline, the Nigerian Guild of Composers, choral directors, and music teachers NGCCD, a recent initiative of some Nigerian music educators, was established. The aspiration of NGCCD includes mobilizing classroom teachers to support foundational professional music bodies in facilitating peaceful advocacy and policy submissions that promote music teachers, scholars, and practitioners. The question is, what is NGCCD? What are its aims and objectives? In exploring these questions, we would like to welcome our discussants, Mr. Daniel Peter. Kindly unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone watching us now. I'm happy to be in the midst to have this opportunity to talk. Organist, I say thank you for having me. Okay, my name is Daniel Peter Ebhomien, and I'm the director and initiator of NGCCD. The current state of the formal music education in Nigeria actually led to this, and that's why we gathered ourselves with music practitioners and decided to find a way to supplement what has been on ground before. So NGCCD, yeah.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
sir. We will begin, and the other discussants will join us as the discussion progresses. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Daniel. It's going to be a conversation rather than a strict presentation. I will direct questions to our discussants and they will respond and address questions and concerns. Now we begin. Mr. Daniel, how would you describe the current state of formal music education in Nigeria today, especially in public institutions, and what concerns you most about its trajectory?
Okay, thank you very much for this. I will once again say thank you to Organos for hosting us. Regards the current state of the formal music education in Nigeria, formal music education, especially in public institutions, is very fragile. Contact hours have reduced. Specialist teachers are scarce, very scarce. Instruments are limited. And pathways from basic to tertiary education are very, very unclear. So what actually concerns us, me mostly, is that the decline is gradual. The decline is actually gradual and therefore easily ignored. Even as its consequences is very, very deepened. So that's one of my concerns, and we actually came up and decided to look for solutions to supplement what is on ground. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Nigeria's popular music industry is thriving globally, yet formal music education appears stagnant. How do you explain this paradox? And what does it reveal about Nigeria's cultural and educational priorities?
Okay. Yes, there's this between the industry success and the educational foundation. The paradox, thriving music industry versus stagnant education. The success of Nigeria's popular music industry is largely informal. It is not formal, it is largely informal and market driven. That is the success of Nigeria's popular music industry. It is largely education depends on policy, infrastructure, and long-term investments. The paradox reveals a cultural priority for consumption over formation. So we celebrate outcomes, but neglect the system that sustained them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're very right because we see that every one of our music artists have been struggling out there to make a brand for themselves. And before everything becomes what it is today, some people really did the strive to make sure that we are where we are today. And therefore, the success of the industry musically is a personal thing. It doesn't have anything to do with the government or the federal system. But right now, since we find ourselves, the music education in this box, we have to also make it personal. And I believe that is one of the reasons why you have created or initiated NGCCD. So for those encountering NGCCD for the first time, please, would you like to tell us what the organization is and what gap in Nigeria's music education ecosystem that is seek to fill?
Thank you very classroom grounded and complementary the bodies on ground. So good. What gaps does it fill? NGCCD is a professional initiative of composers, choral directors, and importantly, classroom music teachers. It fills a gap by mobilizing practitioners who experience policy outcomes daily, ensuring that classrooms reality inform personal.
Mr.
Hello, good
Babatunde,
afternoon,
please.
everyone. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much for having us. I guess I pay a little attention to what Mr. Daniel was saying about the objectives and aims, and I guess you have spoken brilliantly well there. So I happens to be the Director of Education and Training. I hope you can hear me.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I said, I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, but first, are we speaking with Mr. Babatunde Shosanya?
Yes, Mr. Babatunde
Yes.
Shosanya speaking,
All right.
please. Mr.
Thank you.
Babatunde Shosanya speaking.
Okay,
As
you
I've
can
said
go.
earlier, thank you, ma. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Of course, forming this, not that we have any problem with the existing platform. There's no doubt about it. There's ANIM, there's SOMEN, and also Organ House working assiduously for the betterment of the music education in this country. But also, we come together to form this, and I happens to be the director of education and training. So, one of the things that we are trying to do is this: we are going to harness with the domain and with also with our name. And my work is very simple there to oversee all the education program, like a workshop, capacity building, and training of music teachers. Also, of course, we'll be having a master class, having a professional development program, and also we are going to develop a music educational framework and training modules for most music teachers. And I guess that's what I can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right.
Yes.
I was Mr. Daniel was speaking before his network went off. Are you with us
Yeah.
now, Mr. Daniel?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay,
with you.
please. Can you continue from where you stopped? I asked you about the gap in Nigeria's music education that NGCCD seeks to fill.
Okay. Thank you again. I will just recap. NGCCD is a professional initiative of composers, choral directors, and importantly, classroom music teachers. It fills a gap by mobilizing practitioners who experience policy outcomes daily, ensuring that classroom realities from inform professional discourse and policy engagement. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So I wanted to ask about the exact purpose or mission of NGCCD, since there are already associations for musicians, composers, and teachers. So in what ways is NGCCD different from them or complementary to existing professional bodies? Mr. Daniel, are you there?
I'm here.
Do you understand the question, please?
Can you just recap your question, please?
All right. There are already associations for musicians, composers, and teachers, such as ANIM and SOMEN and all the rest of that. Okay. So in what ways is NGCCD different from or complementary to these existing professional bodies?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, NGCCD does not replace existing professional associations. Rather, it seeks to support and strengthen them by mobilizing classroom teachers and practitioners whose voices are often underrepresented in policy conversations.
Okay. NGCCD speaks of
Yeah.
mobilizing classroom teachers. What does this mobilization look like in practical terms at primary, secondary, and tertiary levels? Hello?
Now, yes, I'm with you. Mobilization means organizing teachers to share experiences, document challenges, participate in professional development, and contribute to structured advocacy. At all levels, it means moving teachers from isolation to collective visibility.
Oh, wow. That's a very great mission. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel.
Okay.
With this mission, I believe advocacy is central to this vision. Now, Mr. Shosanya, are you with us? Mr. Shosanya,
Yes,
please.
I'm here with you. I
All
can
right.
hear you. I can
Please,
hear
I
you.
want you to
Yes, I
answer
can hear
this
you.
next question, please.
Go ahead, ma.
How does the Guild intend to engage the government, policymakers, and curriculum bodies without becoming politicized or marginalized?
Wow, that's a very great question, sir. One of the things that we are planning, if you have been looking at a lot of platform, most of these music platform, you can see it on that platform, what we really intend to do. As Mr. Daniel have spoken before, we are on ground to harness with the SOMEN, with the ANIM. Of course, it has. I spoke recently with someone, and the person asked the same question: how are we able to get to government? And I said, mostly, what we are going to do? There's nothing that we want to do that we are going to be work hand in hand with the SOMEN and ANIM, because I believe strongly that they are already established. We can't deceive ourselves. The SOMEN represent a lot of educators in Nigeria. Likewise, ANIM represent a lot of musicologists in Nigeria. So there's nothing that we are going to do without them. I can say this for free. And that is the essence of Professor Abiodun, who happens to be the ANIM president, and also the SOMEN president, Professor Fumi Ononuga, also part of what we are doing. So whatever we are going to do, we are going to come together, form something, and bring it to the table to the government. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for that question. So it is
Yes, ma'am.
about cooperation and not
Yes.
isolation.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Thank you for the response. Now, what specific, I know, Mr. Shosanya, I know you are an educator and you are very passionate about teachers and
Yes, so
curriculum and all of that. So
yes, yes,
I would
yes.
like you to answer this question. What
Go ahead,
specific
ma'am.
policy areas is NGCCD most concerned about? Is it the curriculum design, teacher recruitment, funding, infrastructure, or assessment?
It's everything, ma. First and foremost, you said something about the curriculum design. Of course, there's a need for us to think deeply and look into our curriculum. Especially most of the curriculum are, yeah, what's it called, Western influence. So there's a need to do something about the curriculum. And I was discussing with someone also yesterday about the capacity. I'm talking about the music teacher capacity. There's no doubt about it. I cannot take it when someone is telling me that we don't have enough music teacher. That's not true. Muson Central, Unilag, a lot of universities, they have chosen a lot of graduates of music outside there to teach this. So I don't believe in someone will telling me that, oh, because there's no music teacher, that is why they have to merge music with fine art and drama. So that's not true. I won't take that. And you also said something about, can you repeat that? You said funding or
Yes,
or
funding,
infrastructure. You said
infrastructure.
something. Oh, thank you so much. Of course, we have to tell ourselves the truth also. And that one is also is from the government. Until we have someone at the realms of affairs there that can speak for music education in Nigeria, we will continue to get into this problem because they are not ready to get some instrument because there is no how. You can't teach music in isolation that you'll be teaching music only theory. There's going to be practicalized. And we all know that most of all these instruments also, they are expensive. And that's one of the things that the NGCCD we are trying to do. We, of course, by the special grace of God, God will help us. We are going to have a music village that we can also construct our own musical instrument here. It is doable, it is possible. So, and as I've said earlier, we have to harness with the somen, with the anim. I am aware, I can say this for free, that the anim is also trying something on this curriculum aspect. And Professor Adeogun happens to be the chairman. I'm also part of that committee. So, but we can't stand on that one alone. We have to push. And as you have said, I go out a lot. I've seen a lot of things. Most of the music teachers, they are complaining. Some of them, they don't even have job anymore because of this thing, because of this CCA. Because they have
That is
matched our work with, like, I was in a school last week. I don't want to mention the school. I'm telling you, the fine art teacher, visual art teacher is the one teaching music. So they have most of these schools, they don't want to employ music teachers again because of this CCA. So there is a need because to come together to write a letter to the government to let them know that music can stand on its own. There is no how we have to match music with any other subject, and we have to do this as fast as possible.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
ma'am.
much. That's actually my next question. Um, Many trained music educators have been forced out of teaching or
Yes.
underemployed. We have a lot of people who have studied music and are doing something entirely different from what they intended to, because of the economic issues around music
Yes.
teaching,
Yes.
music education in Nigeria. Now, how does NGCCD plan to support the dignity, the visibility, and sustainability of music teachers as professionals?
To Mr. Babatunde Shosanya,
Yes, please.
I should okay.
yes. As
Okay,
I've said
Mr.
earlier,
Daniel.
oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Daniel, oh, no problem. Go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead, sir.
Sorry for interrupting. Thank you very much because I see this as a very key thing. Visibility plus professional pathway. Supporting dignity and sustainability of music teachers actually. NGCCD seek to restore dignity by promoting professional visibility, supporting continuous development, and advocating for fair the deployment of trained teachers. When teachers are seen, valuability follows. Thank you. Mr. Babashiri can also add to this point of mine.
Um, do we have the third presenter online now?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me try to call him out and see if he's here. So, Mr. Babatunde Shosanya, sorry. How does NGCCD engage indigenous musical knowledge, local pedagogies, and African musical values within formal education structures? You were talking about having a music village where we're going to, there will be production of instruments, I think, like local instruments. So I want to,
Absolutely.
yes. So I think I am interested in that, and I want you to expatiate on how indigenous musical knowledge will be used and given so much value within our formal education structure in Nigeria, because it's been one of the things that have been missing in the curriculum ever since. Hello? Hello? Did I lost? Did we, Mr. Babatunde Shosanya, are you there? Okay. Mr. Daniel, are you there? Mr. Daniel Peter, are you there? Are you with us? Okay, I thank you very much to our audience. I see that a few persons have started dropping their questions and concerns or comments about this topic. So I would implore all of us to please write down our questions so that we don't lose our line of thought. Because at the end of this presentation and discussion, we'll be having question and answer sections where you can ask your questions, you can also make your comments. So kindly put them down so that you do not lose them. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us today. We are grateful to have you with us. The Organ House Concert and Seminar Series hold every Thursday by 1 p.m. And we are about rigorous engagements and academic and artistic relevance in the global space. So please, you're welcome to join us every Thursday. Thank you. Please, do we have the panelists back online?
Hello, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can hear you now, loud and clear.
I don't know
You're
why.
welcome back.
Network sometimes can be so funny, especially in this kind of country. So
Yes.
funny. Really sorry about that. So can
That's,
you come up with your question again? I guess you have said something about indigenous instruments, something like
yes,
that. Am I correct?
yes. I said, how does NGCCD engage indigenous musical knowledge, local pedagogies, and African musical values within formal education structures?
Oh, thank you so much for that question. I'm not sure I need to speak a lot about that. That one is a background work that we are working on. We are working assiduously on that. However, we are engaging some of us, music teacher that knows about this, and they are going to be the one in charge of all these indigenous stuffs, like our own instrument, our own, what's it called, our own African instrument, from the aerophone to the idiophone, to the cordophone, to the membranophone. So we are engaging. We have some, there's a lot of music teachers, of course, and some music teachers, what they can do is they are very, very vast on playing bata. We have another music that are very, very vast on playing that pot drum. That's what they know how to do. Their own is not piano aspect. So we are trying to annex together with them. We are trying to engage some selected music teachers that are very, very good in African music. So, and we are going to put everything together. That's what I have to say for now.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very much
much.
for that. Apology for the next question.
Mr. Who is speaking, please?
It's Mr. Daniel.
Okay.
Apologies.
All
Yes,
right.
interruption.
Mr. Daniel, I would like you
Yes.
to answer this question. What would
Okay.
success look like for this organization in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, that's beautiful. Success would mean clear curriculum pathway. Okay, curricular pathways, employed specialists, teachers, functional assessment structure, stronger collaboration among professional bodies, and a system where music education is stable rather than fragile. Thank you.
That's a clear-cut vision. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
But right now, what immediate steps can individuals, such as teachers, students, performers, church musicians, and scholars, take? What are the immediate steps we can all take after this session to support the agenda of NGCCD? Mr. Daniel.
Nice. Okay. Document experiences. Yes, ma'am. I'm with you. Can you hear me clearly?
Please go on. I can
Okay.
hear you now.
I said teachers can organize, document experiences. Okay, they can document their experiences and engage professionally. Students can seek mentorship and research opportunities. Practitioners and scholars can contribute expertise. NGCCD grows through collective responsibility.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you very much. So we are calling. This is a call for everyone on this call and everyone who will be watching this later. That you need to take a step. You need to take an action, especially if you are a music educator in Nigeria, or you have children who you would love to study music in Nigeria. Then you have an action point, which Mr. Daniel has just listed out for students, for professionals, researchers, for teachers, and for every one of us. Please, I would like to reiterate that it is very important that everyone take steps, take action steps, because the organizations cannot do everything if the people in it or the people within the system decide to look on. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel and Mr. Shosanya. So I have a final question here, which I would like both of you to answer one after the other. If music education in Nigeria were restored and taken seriously, what kind of cultural, educational, and social future do you imagine for the country? Mr. Shosanya, did you hear my question? Mr. Shosanya, you are muted, please. Mr. Shosanya, you are muted. Okay, maybe he's having network issues. Mr. Daniel, are you with us? Yes, please answer the question. Let me retake it. If music education in Nigeria were restored and taken seriously, just like your vision states, what kind of cultural, educational, or social future do you imagine for the country?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just quickly say this. In Nigeria that takes music education seriously, we produce discipline, creative citizens, preserve cultural identity, reduce social fragmentation, and strengthen its creative economy. Music education is ultimately nation building. So that should summarize that. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's succinct. Mr. Babatunde, are you there? Okay. We have come to the end of the panel discussion, and I am very sure that everyone here has learned a lot about what NGCCD is, their mission and vision, and what individual steps we can take as music students or professionals in Nigeria to better our system, our music system. Now, we would invite all our colleagues and friends, professors, and senior colleagues. I'm sure you have questions already. Kindly lift your hands if you have questions or share your concerns and comments. Our panelists will still be online to answer all the questions. So we have one question here already on the line. I will read it out. Mr. Daniel, please kindly answer this question. Thank you. Is NGCCD's advocacy focused mainly on access and policy, or is there also a plan to rethink the epistemic foundations of music teaching in Nigerian institutions?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me just go straight to it. One of the foundations, or one of the parts of, it's a part of what we intend to do is things and see create solutions to them. Now we have different NEC members that are involved in this, like the education and training director, which is Babatunde Shosanya. That is what he's doing, education and training. I believe training is part of this that the person has said, and it's a very beautiful one, and that is part of our vision. Okay, our objective is to make sure that this comes to limelight by getting everything properly done from the very beginning until where we can connect, so that when you go from your beginning, you have a foresight of where you're going to, you know what you are doing, and you'll be well guided. It's part of the training. Thank you. I hope I did answer it well.
I believe you have answered the question. But if the person who has the question is not satisfied, please you can ask again, or you can redirect the question so that we understand it better. Now on the line we have Matthew Tobowari. Kindly unmute and ask your question.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, my able presenter. Thank you so much. Kudos to Mr. Daniel Peter and then Babatunde Shosanya for this wonderful initiative. However, I just want to contribute to what has been discussed so far. I believe our fellow colleagues, our fellow music instructors and music educators across all states, I will urge everyone to collaborate with the NGCCD to bring this vision to pass. Because what I feel the NGCCD is advocating for is the restoration of music back to the secondary school, back to school. Because like what we've been discussing so far on the teachers platform and different platforms that we all belong to, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and that is why this has to stand. This body has to be established. So that is my own contribution. I want to implore all educators and all teachers to let us cooperate, because some of these problems is because we are silent about it. Yes. We are seeing the problem, but nobody want to talk about it. And so now we have people like this who have raised up to raise the alarm. We should support them and let's do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is a very great comment and concern, because like I said earlier, it's about cooperation and not isolation. It doesn't matter if we have 100 initiatives or organizations. If people in the system do not support the governing bodies of this system, of these initiatives and organizations, there will be no real result. Yes, so Mr. Matthew has just reiterated that. Thank you very much for that. Now, okay, we have Mr. Odushoro on the line. Can you please unmute yourself?
I've unmuted. Good afternoon, Madam Moderator, and good afternoon to the panelists, of course, other listeners. Okay, very good initiative. I just want to push on the question asked by the last speaker. So now the demand is for support. So I just want to ask, what kind of support would you need so that we can just cap that part of the conversation? So you need support. What kind of support would you need? Thank you.
Okay, I think Mr. Daniel is having an issue with his network. But before now, I asked a question that is similar to that. I asked Mr. Daniel, what immediate steps can individuals take after this session to support the agenda of their organization? And then although he is going to answer the question when he returns, but before he returns, because of his network, let me give a brief answer just as he did. So he said he would want everybody to stand up wherever they are for what they believe is right, which is the sustainability of music education. Okay, I think he's back. Mr. Daniel, are you back?
Hello?
Mr. Daniel, are you back?
Hello, ma.
Hello? Yes. Okay, so...
Hello, can you hear me?
Very good. We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
But Mr. Shosanya?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
I guess I heard what you just said now about what Mr. Daniel said about yeah, that is correct. That is correct. We need everyone, all hands must be on deck. Because if we are not careful, I need to let you know, it's only private schools will enjoy music. And most of our music teachers, they are losing their jobs. I can tell you that for free. It's only in private schools, international schools. Of course, those one in international school, they have the music separate, they have drama separate, they have, but the public school, and most of the schools now, they are bringing this CCA, and it's really affecting everybody. Have to speak up. Belong to a lot of groups. So I'm telling you, I'm receiving a lot of message every day. People are losing their job on this CCA matters. That is why I said we can't do this alone without, we have to come together with ANIM, with Organ House, with PASME, with SOME. We come together, we're making sure this is our profession. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not this is what I do, music, that's what I do. And like,
we lost him. Is Mr. Daniel back, please? Mr. Daniel, are you on call?
I'm back. Apologies. Yes,
okay.
I'm here now.
You're
Sorry.
welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Shegun Odushoro asked the question. He said, what exactly is the kind of support you are looking for this organization, for NGCCD? What is the support you want?
Okay. The very beginning is to join the NGCCD. We have Director of Research and Documentation, so they will get to know who is with us, and would add those people that are interested to support us to join the group, various platforms where we've created, so that they can come up with different ideas. We won't give them a template for them to deliberate on. They can add or suggest better ways to make sure that this same goals come to reality, because it's not an NGCCD affair alone. It's everyone that is concerned, that is into music. So we're trying to create a idea. We have come as one to support what is on ground and to say I can come out better. So they can come with good suggestions or good ideas, better ways to make this a reality. And we have already, so they can come up and better what we have on ground or tell us if it's okay or not. That's
So
it.
how do
Thank
people
you.
join these platforms?
We have the link. We have everything that we're sharing. So it's on social media and everything. So
Do you
they
have
can
a social
contact
media
us, and
handle?
we have, yes, NGCCD on Facebook and on
Okay.
Instagram.
So I believe from there we can
Yes.
take up things. So people who are interested in this vision
Yes.
can look up NGCCD on Facebook and Instagram, follow them and get more information about maybe their meetings, their operations, and maybe their groups. So you can get more information about them. Thank you very much. Now we have Mrs. Ige on the call. Please, can you unmute and speak?
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, we can. We can. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. To my very strong, very able host, Mrs. Obalade, I greet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for, hosting us. Thank you to all the officials of NGCCD, and Mr. Daniel, you're welcome. My brother, Babatunde Shosanya, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to talk a bit passionately because this music education has been my passion for a long time. The truth of the matter is this: if we don't see this cause as something to go for without expecting anything in return, it's not going to lift off the ground. Now, I did my master's research on music education and reality TV shows, popular music reality TV shows, and how they influence or how they can influence students in secondary schools. Because what I have noticed is the children go, every day looking at their idols on TV, seeing how proficient, how well established these superstars, musicians are. And then they come to class and it is a world of difference. There's a huge lacuna in how these things are taught, what is being taught, which is why I commented on the question that was asked on the chat. I said this is a very good question because sincerely, I know we're advocating for policy, for visibility, but the truth is a lot rides on what the music teacher gives the students, right? And I totally understand that being a music teacher is a job. So you want to go for the place that will pay you the most. But the truth is, if we do not tackle what is going on in the classrooms, in our state schools, in our federal schools, we will miss out on a lot. Now, I did my research and it entailed me going to secondary schools, both international schools, and then government-run schools. And trust me, it was light and day. It was night and day. The difference was huge. Now, I met a particular woman, who was the only music teacher in her school, who used to sometimes she'll bring her keyboard just to let the students know what a keyboard looks like, what a piano instrument looks like. She builds instruments with cardboard so that at least they can have an idea of what, these instruments look like.
Wow.
And she's trying her best. I mean, I was very touched when I had this interview with her. But the most, I won't say the most striking thing, but the thing she said, again, was the fact that she's about to retire. Once she retires, there's no replacement for her. So what is going to happen to those music students? And she was saying, she has been shouting, can we please include either our indigenous music, folk songs, even the popular music that we see on television? Because sincerely, our popular music, our music is gaining world acclaim. Yet, when we look inward, we are still teaching students 5 lines and 4 spaces. I have nothing against that. I grew up on that. But the truth of the matter is, people who do not know, they don't have a good grasp on culture, right? they're lost people. So the first thing I want to say is, number one, please, I will implore the music teachers who are teaching in, these highbrow schools, give back to your state schools. If you're going to volunteer to say, you know what, for 3 months, I will handle this music and I'll try and look for, don't pay me. Let's put our money where our mouth is. If we're truly passionate about seeing this music grow, go to those teachers, because they can't even afford it. Don't pay me. Let me go. I will teach, this curriculum. And then when I'm teaching the curriculum, I am using my heart, my mind. I'm trying to be innovative, trying to get these students to love music. There's nothing wrong with taking a Davido song to teach 5 lines and 4 spaces, or to teach rhythm. There's nothing wrong in taking Jaiton or Tonton, Abi Kulumbu Yeye or Yeye Kulumbu to teach melody. There's really nothing wrong with it. When I was much younger, there was a lady who approached me to please do an album of Yoruba folk songs, and she wanted to take it to all secondary schools. So the point is, there's nothing wrong with you doing that, using these songs, right? Sitting down as a musician and as an educator and saying, okay, what do I draw out of this? I want to draw rhythm. I want to make rhythm interesting for these children. How do I draw it? How do I innovate? That's one. Then 2, decide that, you know what, I am going to do this free. I am comfortable. I am teaching whatever school. I'm happy about that. But I will spend 2 hours or 3 hours in a week with these children. I would try and make them, excited about music. I would try and teach them this. And then when I'm done with my 3 months, I'm already talking to a replacement. Okay, Ogana, you go next. Do you understand? That's 2. Number 3, this won't work if we do not have the total support and backing of our formidable Somen and Anim. If we don't have somebody speaking to the ears of the government, we're just going to be making noise. And I really don't want to take time. You can see how passionate I am, because I am really passionate about this. So thank you so much for this. And Mr. Daniel, I know that, I don't know whether you are shy, but I was expecting more passion and more punch from you, because you are the collaborator, you are the bringing us together, So if they don't see the fire in you carrying it, then people will be laid back.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for our discussions. God bless.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ige. So I'm so happy to hear your voice, and the passion in it is so fireful. Thank you again. Okay, just like she said, there has to be a level of passion in us, every one of us, to see this through, because the barriers are not mere barriers. They are institutional, they are constitutional, they are political. So it is not what one person will just breeze through and go. No, there has to be a level of passion that will make everyone come together, leave whatever else they are doing, because everyone is busy, of course, and then go together in that strength to confront everything that could be hindrances to fulfilling our vision. So please, we want to pass the fire down to everyone on this call and everyone who will be listening to us, to please gather some strength in you, gather together your passion, everything that made you come into music, so we can, get into this battle together. Thank you very much. We have Shea Ajibade on the call. Please kindly unmute yourself.
Hello. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you. I have like 2 questions, I think. So a part of my interest draws from this music education conversation going on. But just in case you've already answered my question in your discussion, because I came late, you can ignore me totally. So my first question is, I saw the description of NSCCD, NCC.
NGCCD.
Okay, yeah, and okay, I'm actually gonna put that up now. So NCCGD, and then I saw Nigerian Guild of Composer, Choral Directors, and Music Teacher. So it kind of made me to worry and have a question in mind. How is this organization, how are you compartmentalizing these three different categories? How are you bringing them together in one box? Is it, I mean, it kind of also made me think, is it not too much to have in one space? And then isn't that too much work? Because I mean, like I said, one of my interests is policy. I recently worked on a research on policy and um, mm, things like this. Then the second part of my question, the second question I actually have is concerning what Mrs. Dupe Ige just, Mr. Dupe Ige just talked about. I think the Africanization of music education in Nigeria. So I wanted to ask the presenter that what methodology are you using in your organization? Is it Africanization? Is it intercultural? Is it who are the teachers? Where are they trained from? What exactly do they do to be able to, like, you know, be different or to do something that puts their organization, this union, in a different, situation beyond what's currently going on with music education in Nigeria? So those are my two questions. One on Africanization, or what methodology, the other one on compartmentalization, and how are you able to define these different categories? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question. The first one about compartment has not been answered. So, Mr. Daniel, please, can you kindly answer this question?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question, and it's a very good one and a very wise one. Now, talking about choral directors, composers, and music teachers, it springs from music teaching, okay? Before you can be a composer or a choral director, you would be well-grounded. You have learned from a music teacher, okay? And being a composer and being a choral director, they work in hand. A composer composes and the music director actually brings it to life. What has been written on paper brings it to life, okay? So in terms of compartments, the music teacher has a job to do. The composer learns from that, and the music director carries it live to the world to see. So ideas are synergized together in order for one to have a pure pathway. Thank you.
Yes, I understand your question, your answer, but I think Ajibade was talking about how we are going to be able to achieve a particular result with that much, different set of people. So we have composers. So if we're talking more, if your organization, I mean now, is talking about music teachers, music teaching, music education, why involve composers and music directors?
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, Tokwe. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you? I mean, it's possible, it's impossible. It depends on how do you do it. So I just want to know how that you do it, so I can understand. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for the clarity. Now, our clarification. Good. Now, for that of the music teachers aspect, there have been a challenge in that aspect. And if there is a loophole there, we cannot have composers and we cannot have directors. So what we're saying in essence is this: we are more concerned about the foundation, which is the music teaching aspect that gives birth. In our midst, we have what they are facing, the teachers amongst us, the composers amongst us, and the choral directors among us. So we're trying to create a synergy amongst us, then bringing a solution, which is the project at hand. So it's not a one-party thing, it's a collaboration, because it's all about music education. I don't know if that makes it clearer.
Okay. Mr. Ajibade?
Yeah, I'll do with that.
All right.
For now. Thank you.
Yes. So for your other question, I think it has been answered earlier.
Okay. Thank you.
Singer Affair Paul. Singapore.
Hello,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Yes, to be brief, I salute academians here and friends of organals. Yes, I I want to come in from the perspective of, I don't think it's a new perspective, but I just want to put a little bit of emphasis on it, and I'll eventually round it up to agency before I close it up. My postgraduate diploma was in music education, and the research I did was on three big private schools, and I I did a questionnaire. So I used a mixed method. I did a questionnaire to be able to cover wider professionals in the field of music education, where we had school music administrators, school administrators, music teachers, music students, alumni of schools that did music. So these are like the category of people that were covered in the questionnaire. And even field work that I did was I interviewed long-time music teachers, even students of these schools. And it's not necessarily a new knowledge, but I wanted to satisfy my own curiosity that okay, let me check this and let me know what music teaching looks like in this school for children. Like the children, it covered like the first 4 years of the secondary school. And one thing I found out from my fieldwork is even the students of these private schools themselves could tell me why each of them wanted to study, wanted to do music, why they joined music class, why they chose music as electives, why they want to learn a particular instrument. The students at their age in those private schools will tell me that they know friends, some of their seniors, who, because by virtue of the fact that they can play an instrument or they know music, got scholarship into college outside Nigeria. It's surprising that they had distinctive reasons. That's one of other many other reasons that they said. And so I want to import that to public schools where we know that there is more of this challenge of dearth of music teaching and even music teachers and even music curriculum, that could we come with awareness to even the students themselves. Perhaps the popular demand can then in turn, in turn cause have a causal effect. Like okay, awareness, that's one. Second, um I've I've been a little bit good, or I belong to the school of agency when it comes to matters of um political, governmental, and educational nexus. All right. So the truth is, where the policies are being made, where the curriculums are being approved, is a big part of the problem, a very big one. So there has to be a voice in that place. That's why I'm going to be I will have a confluence with what Mrs. Ige mentioned about the prestigious bodies, so men and anime in Nigeria. Now we actually need a voice to influence, to fight our own case, to position us, to negotiate the socio-political hegemony in music education. It's very, very, very important. Agency, a big problem needs an equivalent, potent solution. It is good that we are doing this here, but sincerely speaking, we need to play big to make this change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can relate with the issue of speaking out and creating awareness in schools, especially to the parents and the students themselves. Okay, like right now we know that in private schools there are the way they structure the schools is that you have to come to school and buy their books for every session. And if your child, if you have 2 or 3 children, the book that the senior child used, the younger one cannot use it again in the next year. All right, it has not been like that before. While we were younger, we can use the same book because they are workbooks, they are textbooks. But right now, it's no more like that. So I think the awareness came up on social media. I just started reading a lot of articles, random parents just writing and saying, we need to go back to using textbooks and then notebooks to write whatever. Why should students be writing in their textbooks so that they render it useless for the next person and all of that? Then just, I think, a week or 2 ago, I read something online that the Ministry of Education now has banned the use of workbooks, textbook as workbooks. So if you are buying textbook, you also have to buy a notebook where you can write whatever is inside that textbook and answer it there. So the next person can use your textbook. And I was like, wow, this is the power of awareness. People just make noise about it. I do not know if that particular policy is holding ground right now, or maybe it will hold ground soon, maybe in the next session, academic session. But the fact that the Ministry of Education has even, said something about it, it means that this issue has gotten to them. So it means that if we create awareness for whatever it is that we are trying to fix, then everybody can get to know about it and start making noise about it. Because our noise will not go. How many music teachers do we have among all the millions of people in Nigeria? But if we create awareness, everybody is a parent or has a parent. So if everybody talked about it, then somehow the government, he said, I wouldn't mind if these great men could speak into the issue of CCA. How is it being run? Are they comfortable with it? If they are not, what is the alternative? Mr. Daniel, are you still on the call, please? Yes, so it's talking about the issue of CCA, yes.
Yes, this CCA crisis is attacking the root of the entire music profession. Addressing teachers' issue is therefore protecting composers and choral directors. To balance the 3 M's, not excluding one, this CCA has come to cause a challenge. And since it's attacking the root of the entire music profession, we need to address it very well. So that is why NGCC is taking it up and trying to create this alarm. So we have solutions that we have been creating, and with the different departments, the different NEC offices, they are coming up with different ideas, and we've actually created a group page whereby they can all come up with better ideas to supplement what we are bringing as initiators. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so right now we do not have any other question on the chat, and whoever still would like to make any comment can please raise their hand on the chat so that we can call you to say what your concerns are or ask your question. But before we get to that, I believe that there's a lot to be done about this NGCCD, because if we're going to tackle a problem, then there has to be a knowledge of the root cause and what ways would be used to tackle it. So what exactly do you believe is the root cause of this CCA issue, and how exactly do you think that it should be tackled? Mr. Daniel.
Now, the root cause is there are some related it to religion, some related it to professional hands filling up the gap. It's actually related. people that are not well grounded in music occupied positions, and they're not too knowledgeable about it. So they felt it's not relevant. So that's why they merged it with another discipline. Okay, so it has started affecting everything. That's one of the root causes. And creating a solution, we have to create relevance. If we look at what we have, there is no connectivity between the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary institutions. People going to school, they don't even have an idea, when I finish, what am I going to become? Everyone cannot become a lecturer. Everyone cannot everything to one aspect. But when there are templates that actually builds different aspects, it would help give them a vision. Now, what NGCCD is actually visualizing is this. We're intending to have what we call a music technical village, okay, whereby when we finish from these stages, we can have hope of going into the musical village to learn how to build instruments. We creating our own instruments, our African instruments were properly built, scientifically proven. Then we can invite other companies like Yamaha, Casio, Korg, all those instrument making companies would have their section in that musical village, so that Nigeria actually have where they hope to go when they study music, so that they would not look down on music. When we have such a village, a musical village, this initiative would actually help correct this impression of not, looking of the aspects in this field. They will know that, okay, they're going to be productive. Yes. So let me just end it here. We have an idea.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. I believe to make them standalone subjects. Have we studied this other subject, and can we borrow ideas from them? One of the things that I believe is the reason is what Mr. Daniel has just talked about. People look at you and say, okay, so when you graduate or when you study music, where are you going to work? What do you do with your music education? So we have to have, structures on ground, and the policies, the curriculum also has to come up with things that are really directly affecting the students, their music, business understanding, their music production understanding, their understanding of performance, music performance, not just learning to sing or learning to play an instrument. How do you perform it? How do you make money from it? How do you make it turn it to a business? And all of that. So if the curriculum has all of that, and people can really know that, oh, when I graduate, I can do this, music entrepreneurship, then it is easy for the government to see that, okay, people, let's say in the space of 2 years or 5 years, this is the number of people who have graduated as music graduates, and this is the percentage of people who have found a job that is directly linked to what they study. Then that will make a very good point for us. That would be a good point for the people who are making the observations and the people who are writing, who are doing protests and all of that. Those are the things that they're going to ask. So I believe that this is a very important question. Mr. Babatunde Shosanya, if you are on the call, do you have something to say about this? Okay. Yes, thank you very much. I believe that is a good starting point, because like I said, we need to know the root, and then we also need to now decide what steps we need to take. The question, please, the person who has this question, the question has been treated. Where you asked if NGCCD's advocacy is focused mainly on access and policy, or the epistemic foundations. of music teaching in Nigerian institutions? They answer that everything is in their agenda. Yes, that's just a summary. So, to follow up with what Mr. Daniel had just said, Mrs. Igekachi dropped something on the chat. Another question I want to ask is concerning making music as a stand-alone subject. What did other subjects do to make them stand-alone subjects? Have we studied these other subjects, and can we borrow ideas from them? One of the things that I believe is the reason is what Mr. Daniel has just talked about. People look at you and say, okay, so when you graduate or when you study music, where are you going to work? What do you do with your music education? So we have to have, structures on ground, and the policies. I mean, the curriculum also has to come up with things that are really directly affecting the students, their music, business understanding, their music production understanding, their understanding of performance, music performance, not just learning to sing or learning to play an instrument. How do you perform it? How do you make money from it? How do you make it turn it to a business? And all of that. So if the curriculum has all of that, and people can really know that, oh, when I graduate, I can do this, music entrepreneurship, then it is easy for the government to see that, okay, people, let's say in the space of 2 years or 5 years, this is the number of people who have graduated as music graduates, and this is the percentage of people who have found a job that is directly linked to what they study. Then that will make a very good point for us. That would be a good point for the people who are making the observations, and the people who are writing, who are doing protests and all of that. Those are the things that they're going to ask. So I believe that this is a very important question. Mr. Babatunde Shosanya, if you are on the call, do you have something to say about this? Because I know you are. Yes, I can hear you. Because I know you are.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, I'm listening to everything. Yes.
I can hear
I
you.
just want to sincerely appreciate Mrs. Duque for that wonderful submission. I do really enjoy it. Also, Mr. Odisho also spoke. And also, there is another man that also spoke about everything intercultural, etc., like that. Then, and you also said something now about, as you have said earlier, there is no doubt we have to revisit our curriculum. And there is no, because most of the thing on that curriculum is outdated. It's not supposed to be used anymore. So one of the things that we are going to do, as you have said it earlier, the music entrepreneurship that one is sacrosanct. It has to be there. Music performance, of course, most of us know how as a musician, you have to perform whatever you want to do, want to be a researcher, whatever, at least you still also have to perform. The music business, some people have to, of course, I keep on saying that, of course, there's nothing like that in the curriculum, even here at Muslim Center. There's nothing like music business. And I'm wondering, I'm so particular about that. How come there's no music business? They have to be talking about the business aspect of the music. Because some people want to go to the business aspect, and also the production. Of course, there's production. Studio people try to produce their own, and I believe strongly. You can correct me if I'm wrong. For someone to go to that is the essence of making sure that our music teacher well grown very well from classroom. Because do you believe that if we have a very good music teacher, do you know that that music teacher can become a choral director? That same music teacher can become a composer. I believe that strongly. Then the production aspect also. Immediately we start everything from the classroom. Whatever we want to do is start from the classroom. We can also have someone that's going to be producing music outside there. So I guess that's what I have to say. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Babatunde, for
Yeah.
that response. Mr. Odushoro has something else to say.
Okay,
Please.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You mentioned I have something else to say. I actually have something else to say.
Yeah.
Initially I asked them, what support would you need? And honestly, I said it with all intention, but the
Wow.
response given to me was rejoined by another response mentioned by by Mr. David. He mentioned something about the music village. That's going to be a space for where a lot of things will be happening. And I was thinking in my mind, would the village be in the city or the village be in the village? In both equations, we need land. I want to
In
tell
the
you that
village.
okay, yeah, if you
Very
want the
funny.
music
Village
village,
in
if
the
you want the
village.
music village, of course, the concept village does not necessarily mean remote somehow. It might also is for specific event or something so specific. So I was thinking, if you need land, you want to buy. I'm actually that's part of support. If you want to buy land, because you need land for this your music village to really exist and come to reality. Please let's talk behind the after the show. I can link you up. It's part of the support I want to lend you, and it's genuine. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Thank
Odushoro.
you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, everyone, for joining this today. It has been a very interesting time discussing the future of music education in Nigeria. I believe that every one of us is as passionate as myself when it comes to music education because, like we have all discussed, if there was no music education, then all of us would not be here. I believe that everyone on this call has, studied music in one capacity or the other before now. So we need to do all that is in our power to make sure that music education does not go extinct in Nigeria. And right now, I want us to, we'll be closing soon. So I want us to please listen to this few announcements. We are happy to announce that we will be, the organals, that's the music department of Mountaintop University, is organizing a symposium, and this will be our second one for 2026. We are pleased to announce the call for papers for the second Organals International Symposium, scheduled for July 2026. We strongly encourage you to submit your well-researched papers aligned with the topic areas detailed on the symposium flyer. The symposium flyer is on our screen right now. It promises to be a significant event in the scholarly calendar, and we look forward to receiving your contributions. We'll be having renowned ethnomusicologists and musicologists with us in July. Professor Kofi Agau and Professor Olabode Omojola will be here with us. Submit a 200 to 250 word abstract and a short bio of 100 words to Organ House Seminar Series at gmail.com. Latest on 10th of February 2026. Acceptances will be on 15th March 2026. Thank you so much for attending today's seminar series. We look forward to having you next week where we'll be discussing something even more interesting. Kindly add this to your calendar so that you will not miss it. We also invite you to explore our digital scholarly resources. Our YouTube page serves as an open access digital archive featuring a curated collection of our works. We encourage you to follow, to subscribe, and to engage with the content there, as it is specifically designed to be a beneficial resource for your research and study. Thank you again. I want to extend our sincere appreciation from the Organ Out team to our discussants of today, Mr. Daniel and Mr. Daniel Peter, and Mr. Babatunde Shosanya. Thank you so much for coming. We are grateful to have you and for your initiative. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of today's seminar series, and we look forward to have you next week. I am your host, Temitope Obalade. Thank you for coming.